Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Cars with Josh, and today we're going to be taking a drive in my BMW E36 Touring around Cheddar Gorge. Yeah, so I just thought I'd show you guys around the car a little bit. As you can see, it's not completely standard, although I think it looks pretty standard, which is a look that I like. It has been lowered a little bit. It's got KYBs on the back, shocks, and Bilstein B6s on the front, with IBAC springs all around. And I think it's just low enough that it doesn't look like silly, but it's low enough that it just looks a bit more squat. And I think that looks awesome. It's got M Sport wheels, a BMW roof rack. Also love how the previous owner rolled back the grille to a pre-facelift look. So we've got the orange lenses on the indicators and the slightly larger kidney grills. It just makes it look super 90s. Let's have a quick look inside as well, because this car has a beautiful interior. Normally the interiors are just totally ruined on these cars, but I mean, it's just in perfect condition. It's really nice. It does have a stainless steel back box rear pipe, so it sounds pretty raspy. This is a BMW 316 originally, an SE, but it's kind of a bit of a weird one. It's a bit of a quirky one because it's had so many like little factory options spec'd from new, and basically it had a bit of a recommissioning in 2019, which included a new engine. So it's now got the double overhead cam 1.9 16 valve. With a tuning chip, with a remap TCU, sorry, which takes it to about 150 brake horsepower if it still had all of the horses that it had from when it was new. I did have an E36 saloon, a black one, about 15 years ago. It was a bit of a drug dealer car, I'm not going to lie. I'll show you a picture of it. I always had a soft spot for that car, and even when I sold it afterwards, I bought an Alfa Romeo, a 156, and that was a great car too. But I always missed the BMW, and particularly I've always liked E36s, and I also love a sporty estate, a quirky estate car. And this came up, it was quite cheap. I only paid £2,300 for this car. It was for sale in Brecon, so I had to like do a bit of a trek to go get it. But I've been so pleased with it since I got it. It's just so nice to drive. You just feel so connected to it. I can tell that it's going to need quite a bit of care, but at the same time, it's so mechanically sound that I've no problems driving it like all the time. It's quite high mileage. It's done almost 160,000 miles. I'm often driving from Devon to Bristol and back and doing long journeys in it, and yeah, it's just a super reliable car, super comfy car, and yeah, I definitely recommend them to anyone. If you can get one for a good price and it's not too rusty, then they're a great car to buy. So yeah, we're driving through Cheddar Gorge right now, and it is supposed to be one of the best driving roads ever. But to be honest, like the actual gorge is a bit narrow and a bit twisty and not really in a good way. It's beautiful, but it's not like a great driving experience. I think that it's much better when you're actually through the gorge, because there's like some nice long straights as well, and it's a bit wider, and you can go a little bit faster. So now we're a bit out of the gorgey bit. So put the foot down a little bit. Yeah, the roads are so much nicer like once you're out of the gorge. And yeah, for a 1.9, it's obviously not super fast, but like I said before, like with the suspension upgrades, and the you know, it being a little bit lower and the raspy exhaust, you know what, it's just super fun. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this car. The only thing that's not great about these cars, and this car as well, is that it's going to need like attention to rust. So next week I've got it booked in for some welding, and I'm going to get it under sealed as well. And then after that, it's going to be like a slow progression to kind of fix almost every wing, really. You know, the two front wings and the back arches, because they're all starting to show signs of rust. And yeah, it's just part and parcel of one of these cars, sadly. But if you don't mind the occasional bit of wallet drain, then they're just very lovable cars. The interior is really nice. It's just laid out. I just think it's one of the nicest interiors, the way it's laid out. Sort of like swoops around the driver, and with these leather seats as well, they really like hold you in. Let's see if we can. And it really does go like really fast. I don't always drive like an idiot, but if you do want to, I do think the 1.9 is perfectly good enough. Not going to lie, I would like a 2.8 version, but they are really hard to find, and I've not seen one that I could afford really, when they were in half decent nick, because the 4-pots are less desirable. I think of all the 4-pots, this is the best one, the 16 valve. At the moment, I'm just really enjoying the 1.9 in this car. I also really like that they didn't do so the 1.9 you'd find in the Z3 or the 318 IS or 318, you know, the compact TI, but you wouldn't find this engine in a Touring. So this is a super rare combo to have the Touring and the 16 valve engine, and I really like that because it makes it super unique. If you can afford to put something a little bit fruity on the back box, that's all you really need to kind of make it feel super exciting, because it just revs really high, really freely, and it just seems to like it. There are some other BMWs I'd like to get. There's obviously like loads that I just can't afford. I think a realistic second car for me would be the E39 530. I think I'd quite like to have a car that would go in the clean air zone, and I'd like to try one of the straight sixes. I've not had the opportunity to try a straight six yet, but I've always thought the E39 was a really good looking car. Or failing that, maybe an engine swap in this car at one point. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know. So I think what I'm going to do is drive back down into Cheddar Gorge and get some lunch. I was just driving through Cheddar, and I thought I'd show you this beautiful swampy lake. So mysterious. So I'm just stopping for a quick cup of tea, a little bit of editing before we get back on the road. Very beautiful. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. If you've got a car that you'd be happy for me to feature on the channel, please drop me a message. That would be so much fun. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time. What's up, guys? Okay, hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Carson.